Hello and welcome. My name is Pippa and I'm a SEN, which just means Special Educational Needs Coordinator, the person you would go looking for in school if you are concerned that your child may have special educational needs. I would be interested to know, what has this period of lockdown been like for you and your child with special educational needs, or SEN as we shorten it to? Do you have a child who has struggled to adjust to this period of lockdown? Or did you think things got better or worse over time? Do you have a child who has thrived from lockdown and being out of school for a while? What effect did this period have on your relationship with your child or your understanding of their SEN needs? In this series of videos, I would like to start a debate about the future of special educational needs provision in schools in this country today, and consider with you whether there are important lessons to be learnt from this significant collective experience. I would like to ask you to consider what thoughts or new ideas you may have had about the education of your children during this time. If there is one thing that seems to unite us in our different experiences of the lockdown, it must be that it's made us all stop and reevaluate how we're doing things. Even though the most obvious institutions to be under the spotlight of fresh thinking at the moment must be social welfare, second only to the NHS, I would like to add education to these giant areas of social reform. I would also like to suggest that these big three are integrally linked. Many of us have started to experience at first hand the learning experiences or the learning processes involved in the daily lives of our children. What often seems somewhat unclear about the reality of what goes on in the classroom from day to day has now become a living reality on our kitchen tables or our living room floors. So for some, this has been an enlightening, inspiring experience, while for others it has been a minefield of frustration and battles that hardly seem worth fighting. For children with special educational needs, the latter experience is often more likely. Learning is more complicated for them when it comes to fitting in with what everyone else is doing. Many parents have had the opportunity to listen more closely to their child's voice and understand more about what is challenging for them about their learning. Some children have actually experienced a sense of relief from not being at school, even though this has caused some parents to become alarmed that they are not learning in the way they feel they should. One reason is that for some, it is an additional challenge to always feel expected to fit in with what everyone else is doing, or with the sensory challenges of a busy classroom. You might have experienced this, for example, if you have a child on the autistic spectrum, with ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, or with dyslexia or dyspraxia. The very fact of working in amongst other children who apparently don't work as they do can be hugely undermining and confidence shattering. We begin to see that the mainstream school environment can, for many children with extra learning needs, inadvertently place many stressful and sometimes unrealistic demands on them and contribute to their sense of anxiety. Even though as teachers we may reassure them as much as we can that pupils do not need to compare themselves to others, we know as parents that it is impossible for a child, even when quite young, not to be all too aware when they cannot identify closely with those around them, and often begin to feel out of step with others where learning is concerned. This sense of feeling out of step with others, of course, becomes more acute as children get older. They become more aware of their place amongst their peers, just at a time when it becomes so important for them to take steps towards independence by separating from their parents and connecting more directly with their peers. The dilemma this poses for young people can produce a huge amount of anxiety. As we all know from our own learning experience, anxiety can be a huge inhibitor to learning, and learning takes considerable courage. When we first started this period of the lockdown and the schools closed, As SENker, I was extremely concerned about the disruption this would cause our SEN students. I knew that their routine and continuity were essential to their sense of well-being and security. However, many children have found their space now and begun to accept a new normal. Now, as we begin to emerge from that time, I'm also anxious for what it will mean to them to break the home routines and return to school. What lessons about our children can we take from this? If you have had any new thoughts or concerns about your child's learning since the start of lockdown, I would be very interested to hear from you. In my next video, I look at whether our current perception of inclusion in our education system is really inclusive. Please join me for further discussions about that. Thank you for watching.